Hi, I'm Lauren from LSP Actions and welcome to the video tutorial for the LSP Zodiac Digital Backgrounds. 12 digital backgrounds to choose from, each for every symbol of the horoscope, every star sign. In this video tutorial, it's going to be a very quick one. I'm going to show you how to download, open up into Photoshop, what's included in each digital, and how to add a baby in. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is open up your downloads from the LSP Actions website. You may have downloaded just one or two of these, or you might have downloaded the whole collection. Next up, you want to open into Photoshop. So let's go ahead and open one of the colourful ones. Let's go for Capricorn. So this is going to take just a moment to load because it's a very big file to make sure that it's print worthy. And you'll notice in your layers panel you have some layers. This is not a flat digital background, although you can use it the same way if you want to. If you can't see your layers, come up to Window and choose Layers. So at the top here you have the symbol and the constellation. That's these gold stars and the symbol of the star sign. You can turn this on or off using the little eye icon. So if you want to use digital background without these, just as a normal digital background without the zodiac involved, you can just turn that off. Underneath this you have an orange Place Baby Here layer. This is where you need to click to add your baby in, just to make sure the baby's in the right place, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And then under here you have these layers that are invisible right now. The eye icon is turned off. So to turn these on or off, you just simply click the eye icon. Excuse my voice, by the way, I'm just getting it back. I lost my voice. So I do sound a little bit croakier than normal. I'm so sorry if that sounds odd. So here you click on the eye icon of the white curly layer, and that will turn it on. I recommend every newborn photographer has this white curly layer. You can get these everywhere. You can get them on Etsy. You can get them from prop makers. Really versatile and really great if you're using digital backgrounds. These digitals are for baby shot from above, so shooting down on baby. Underneath this you have dark blankie layer. This is great if you shot baby on a darker layer or a smooth fabric, or on your own fabric, and if you want to incorporate that into the dark blankie with the shadows. The next one down is the curly layer. So this is great if you shot baby on anything else, on beanbag fabric, on curls, on fur, on fluff, or anything like that. This is a really versatile layer. Because above you see here, in the green layer, you can turn the eye icon on, this is your colour changer. So double click the hue and saturation box, and you can drag this colour by dragging the top slider any colour you like. And you can increase or decrease the saturation there. So you can really get this to match whatever kind of colour you've shot on. You can play with saturation, you can play with the lightness and the darkness. You can just play with that layer to really suit your baby image. That's why I like to provide the layers, because it means you've got different options depending on how you've shot the newborn and what you'd like to include in there. So let's add baby image in. So click on here on the orange layer, add baby here or above. Come up to File and choose Place Embedded. Alternatively, you can use the LSP Add Baby Digital Actions. They're available on their website and they do everything for you. So Place Embedded and locate the baby image on your computer that you want to use. I'm going to go for this beautiful one here. So you can see this baby was shot on curly fur, so we're going to use the white curly layer. What I like to do when adding baby in is turn the opacity of the baby layer down for a minute. And then when we're resizing, we can just make sure baby fits perfectly and is in the right position. These digitals are lit from the left. If your baby image is shot lit from the right, like this, with the light coming from the right of the screen, you're going to want to right click and choose Flip Horizontal, just to make sure that the light is matching up, because that's really important when using digital backgrounds. So let's let baby fill that bowl. Turn the opacity all the way up. And I'm going to click down here, this little icon that looks a little bit like the Japanese flag. It's a rectangle with a circle inside. And that adds a white layer mask. Baby may have appeared already on the orange layer. It depends on your version of Photoshop. They're always changing it on the updates. This goes the same for Creative Cloud, for Photoshop CS4, CS5, CS6, Photoshop Elements. It's basically the same thing. So when you've added the layer mask in, you'll notice it's all white. It's a bit like a lotto scratch card. That means baby, the whole layer here is showing. So you can go ahead on your brush, select a black brush, and you can start to paint away outside the baby. So you can paint away anything you don't want to show. If you accidentally paint too much, you can switch to a white brush to paint it back in. If you're on Creative Cloud as well, you can come up here to select and choose subject. Varying results, sometimes it's perfect, sometimes not so much. That's not a bad selection. Now because the subject is selected, what I'm going to do up here is come up to select and choose inverse. And that means everything else but the subject is selected. I'm going to grab my black brush and just paint that away. And deselect. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the white curly layer. Because this baby was shot on white curls, I'm going to just paint some of that back in. If your baby was not shot on white curls and you wanted to use one of these other layers here, you're going to have to add some shadows, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But for now, let's just go for the easy option. Baby was already shot on white curls. So let's grab our brush, set to white, and let's just dab a little back in just to blend baby and keep some of those natural shadows in there. You can switch to a black brush just to take away some of that haloing that's coming in around the edge. It's worth taking your time when you're editing a digital background to make it look realistic, so pay attention to the light, pay attention to the textures, to the shadows. If you can do that, then your digital background is going to look great. And there we go, baby's added in. At this point you can use the move tool to reposition the baby if you want to. Make sure that you check the light. You could zoom in as well just to make sure that everything is looking great there. And that's your image good to go. And again, you can turn off the layers if you want to. And when you're done, come up here to File, choose Save as a Copy, choose JPEG, and your image is done. If you save the original over the original download, you can simply delete this baby layer and add another baby in anytime you choose. So let's go ahead and open another one. Let's do it with just the bowl on a darker background. So I'm going to come up here to open, and which one shall we go for? Oh, I'm just going to choose any random one here. What have we got? What have we got? Come on, Photoshop. Oh, we've got Libra. Okay. Oh, on the file name as well, you'll notice here Libra, it says September the 23rd to October the 22nd, so I've labelled them for you. But if you're not sure, you can always Google as well. So we're already on the Place Baby Here layer, so I'm going to come up here, File, Place Embedded, and let's go for a darker image for this one. So you can see this beautiful image by Justina Roble here, shot on the Perfect Posy. The Perfect Posy is available at Graceland Designs, and it's an absolute fantastic posing aid. It really is amazing for all digital backgrounds. Let's just arrange baby there into the bowl. As before, I took the opacity down to resize, adding a layer mask, and I'm going to see if again we can use the select subject just to make things quicker. This is only available on Photoshop Creative Cloud. If you don't have Photoshop Creative, no, you see it didn't want to do it. So instead I'm going to use the new object selection tool, and we'll see if that works. It's not done too badly, but if you're not on Photoshop Creative Cloud, you can just make your own selections using the layer mask and using the brush. So I'm going to switch to a black brush, and I'm just going to paint away around the outside of the baby. Now you can see baby very much looks like they're floating here, and that's not what we want, so we're going to need to add some shadows in. I'm going to click underneath the baby layer, come down here, the little icon looks like a half and half circle, and I'm going to add a levels layer. I'm going to bring the middle slider down to darken up the background behind underneath the baby. And also this bottom right, if you bring that in as well, it's going to really darken everything up because we want to make some very dark shadows. I'm going to hit Control or Command I, and that will invert this layer to black, which means nothing shows. And I can use a white brush to paint these shadows back in. I recommend 100% opacity, 25% flow, and we can just start painting shadows in. Is my microphone picking up bird noises? I'm not sure. It may even be picking up drums too. It's chaotic in my house. And right now, my son is in a drum lesson. The budgies are screeching. It's very loud. And I'm also going to bring in now, sorry, getting my life story in this video today. I'm going to bring in some of the original background just by dabbing on this layer mask here, baby's layer mask. Dabbing on very gently with a white brush. I'm going to add a levels layer above baby, you see here, and if I right click and choose create clipping mask, this will actually clip to the baby layer here, which means any adjustments you make will only affect that baby layer. And I'm going to add some shadows in here too by darkening down. Control or Command I to invert, and I'm just going to darken up around the edges of baby here. You can see there, we've added in baby on the dark background. We could turn the dark blanket on as well. The dark blanket layer, see how that's changing underneath baby. And those curls. Dark blankie I think works well for this one. So if you've shot baby on a darker background, using the empty bowl or the dark blankie, adding some shadows really helps. If you struggle with anything like this, I do really recommend downloading my Digital Background Assistant actions, because they add all these layers in for shadows, highlights, colour change. Literally, they just add it all in, and it comes with some really good tutorials, kind of the 101 for using digital backgrounds. So that's how you use the LSP Zodiac Digital Backgrounds. I really hope you love these. In fact, looking at my crystal ball, I can predict it. And there's literally, because of the different options you have, each one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different options plus infinite colour changes, and you times that by 12, you've got enough for every week of the year posting a new kind of digital background for your clients. And I really hope they love them. I hope you love them. These are high resolution, as you can see here, at 300 dpi. Let's see that in inches, 22 inches, and they'll print even bigger than that. They are big files. Take a moment or two to download because they're so big, but the whole point is the high resolution for print. So I hope you love them. I hope the tutorial helped. Any questions, please do join the LSP Actions Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Lemon Sky Actions. That's what LSP Actions stands for, and I really hope you love them. I'm Lauren, thanks for watching.